Good day, everyone. Welcome to Reading and Philippine History. I am Angel Me Villamor, together with my reporting partner, Cyrene Nicole Commendator, and we are from BIT 1-18B. The topic that we're going to tackle for today is all about the unanswered question on the revolution in Cebu, an evaluation of secondary sources. Why is this topic important? It is important because it sheds light on the gaps in the historical research on the revolution in Cebu. It contributes to a deeper understanding of the Philippine Revolution and Cebu's role in it. It also provides valuable lesson for nation building, governance, and social change. It helps preserve Cebu's cultural heritage and identity. It encouraged critical evaluation of secondary sources and methodological innovation in historical research. And as a fellow Cebuano, this topic is important because it provides lesson for the community development while also appreciating ancestors' sacrifices and inspiring future generation. Now let me give you a short introduction about our topic. The Philippine Revolution, which started in 1896, was a fight for independence from Spain. Cebu, an island located in the central Philippines, played an important role in this revolution. While many parts of the revolution are well documented, there are still several unanswered questions about these events in Cebu during this time. This lesson will explore the Cebu Revolution, its significance, and the mystery surrounding it. So here are the background of Cebu Revolution. The revolution in Cebu was part of the Philippine struggle for independence from Spain in 1898. One of the historic revolutions that occurred in Cebu was the Battle of Tres de Abril in 1898. The battle took place on April 3rd, 1898, where Cebuano revolutionaries successfully took control of Cebu City from Spanish forces, and it was led by Leon Quilat. So who is this Leon Quilat? What is his role in that battle and the history of Cebu Revolution? Well, we will talk about that later on. Lieutenant General Eulogio Pantaleon Villegas y Saldivilo, better known by his nom de guerre or war name, Leon Quilat. He was a Filipino revolutionary leader in Cebu during the Philippine Revolution against the Spanish Empire. Leon Quilat was born on 27th of July in 1873 in Bacong Negros Oriental to Don Policarpio Vergara Villegas, the son of Don Pedro Villegas, a Spanish sugar baron who settled in the town of Vallehermoso, Negros Oriental, and Doña Ursula Soldiviolo, the daughter of wealthy Capitan of Bacong. He was the third of the four siblings. In 1895, Villegas worked at the Botica Antigua, located in the corner of Calle del Palacio, today Burgos Street, and Calle Legazpi. It was a well-known drugstore frequented by many townsfolk. The reason why he was called Leon because there were two eulogios working in the drugstore, and the owner decided to call him Leon instead. During the rebellion against Spain, Leon Quilat led the revolutionaries in Cebu. Initially intending to begin the rebellion on Easter Sunday, he was forced to change his plan when the Spaniards discovered the planned revolt. On April 3rd, 1898, Palm Sunday, Leon Quilat and his men began the rebellion in Cebu. On April 4, the rebels drove the Spanish forces into Fort San Pedro and took control of Cebu City. When the Spanish gunboat Maria Cristina often fired, the rebels retreat to the Chinese quarter of Lutao. On April 7, 500 men of the 73 Native Regiment and Spanish cazadores with the cruiser Don Juan de Estrella arrived under the command of General Teixeira. This forced the rebels to retreat to San Nicolas. The Spanish continued pursuing the rebels into the mountain region until the next day. April 8, 1898, Good Friday in Carcar, Cebu. Leon Quilat was betrayed and killed by Captain Florencio Noel and other local townsfolk, though to them believing that Leon Quilat was endangering the town of Carcar. And that is the story of Battle of Tres de Abril and Leon Quilat.
So let us proceed to our next topic, an evolution of secondary sources. What are they? Secondary sources are materials or documents that are created after an event has happened. The key thing about secondary sources is that the authors were not directly involved in our present at the event. Instead, they write about the event based on their research or what they have learned from other sources. For example, history books, articles, and biographies are all secondary sources. These materials are created by historians, writers, or researchers who gathered information from various places, such as primary sources, which are materials written at the time of the event, like diary, letters, or official records, or other secondary sources. However, secondary sources also have their problems since the author were not part of the event, they might not have all the details or may have misunderstood certain things. Sometimes, secondary sources contain bias. This means the author may show favoritism for one group, person, or idea. In short, while secondary sources are helpful in understanding history, we need to be careful when using them. It's important to always think about where the information is coming from, whether the author might be biased, or and if the facts presented are correct. So, question number one: did Leon Killet betray his own men, or was he betrayed? In my opinion, Leon Killet was more likely betrayed than betraying his own men. There are historical records that suggest Killet was a strong leader who fought for Cebu's freedom. Some reports say that he was betrayed by his own followers or even trusted allies who turned against him. This should weaken his position and lead to his downfall. In question number two, why do some sources say the revolution was strong while others say it was weak? Well, I think the difference comes from the perspective of the sources. Some might focus on initial success and the other widespread support the revolution had, which made it seem strong. On the other hand, the other sources could emphasize the lack of resources, the internal problem, and the ultimate defeat, making it seem weak. Number three, how did Spanish records differ from Filipino accounts? Though Spanish records often painted a picture of the Spanish government as strong and in control, downplaying the effort of the Filipino revolutionaries. They might focus on the rebellion's failure or exaggerate how two Spanish crushed it. However, highlight the bravery and sacrifice of their people, portraying the revolution as a significant movement for freedom, even if it did not succeed in the end. Number four, what were the reasons behind Cebu's fall? The fall of Cebu could be due to a combination of factors. The revolution was not well prepared with the limited resources and internal divisions. The Spanish forces were stronger and better equipped, and they used tactics like betrayal and deception to weaken the revolutionaries. The lack of unity among Filipino leaders and the betrayal of key figure like Leon Kilat might have contributed to Cebu's fall. The Cebu Revolution was an important part of the Philippine Revolution that took place in the late 19th century. It occurred in 1898 and was a key event in the struggle of the Filipino people gain independence from Spanish colonial rule. The revolution in Cebu was one of many uprisings throughout the Philippines as the people fought against the harsh and unjust rule of the Spanish government. For over 300 years, the Spanish controlled the Philippines, imposing heavy taxes, forced labor, and strict laws on the Filipino people. These policies lead to widespread dissent, and by the late 80s, the Philippines people were ready to fight for their freedom. Cebu, a province located in the central part of the Philippines, played a crucial role in the revolution because of its strategic location in the Visayas region. As the revolution spread across the country, leaders in Cebu decided to join the fight, inspired the efforts of the other Filipino revolutionaries like Emilio Aguinaldo, Andres Bonifacio, and Jose Rizal. The people of Cebu began organizing their own forces to fight the Spanish with local leaders like Pantaleon Villegas, also known as Leon Quilat, emerging as key figures in the revolution. Quilat was a symbol of force and determination, rallying people to join the struggle for freedom.
So that's all for our reporting. Thank you for listening and have a good day.